to the say, girl, what y'all trying to do?
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Ashwai the First. Today, I'm performing at the Pine Hollow Country Club. We're gonna check out the good, the bad, the ugly, see the inside, the outside, and see if this would be a great place for you to have your wedding or your next event. From what I'm hearing, it's beautiful, and I think I'll be there a few times this year, so we'll really be able to get an in-depth look and feel to the whole place. Like always, we'll check out the bride's dress, the groom's suit, the cake, the food, cocktail hour, and the vendors. But before we get started, be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow. I'm Ashwai the First, and I'm your wedding singer. Let's go.
Ashwai the First.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the Pine Hollow Country Club. Let's check it out. Even on the way to Pine Hollow, it's a beautiful drive. You can see how beautiful it looks in the distance. It's surrounded by different golf courses, which is really cool. We're pulling up now, so let's check it out. A lot of people are wondering what it's like as far as parking. Well, I'm gonna tell you what the parking is like. Parking seems to be easy out here. There's a lot of parking spots, a lot of parking spaces. I mean, of course there would be. It is a private country club. So I just parked and I'm walking to the venue. It's only a few feet, but they do have golf carts for any guests that park a little further than they would like. And who don't want to walk that far. So I'll see you inside. Now, when you walk into Pine Hollow Country Club, it's beautiful and everything is set up perfectly. They don't have one long table for the family photos, but they do have separate tables for the bride's pictures as she was growing up as a child. And on the other side, you have the pictures of the groom as he was growing up as a child, as a teenager, and as a young adult. And here we have where the ceremony was being held. It's wide enough, it's large enough, there's plenty of space, and it's beautiful. Even though it's a rainy day, you can see the potential and the beauty in it. Now, before I head into cocktail hour, I want to get an idea of what they have set up in the bathroom facilities, just so you can freshen up. And if you've been following my content for a while, you know I love my bathroom goodies. They have the Tide, they have the Advil and the Tylenol, and even gum to freshen up your breath, because I don't want to be singing in people's faces and have bad breath. They also have Tums in case you need to, just get yourself together before you enter the whole atmosphere of the reception. As far as the cocktail hour, you have plenty of space for a trio band or a duo, and they have an island bar where you can get your cocktails. They have seafood and ice sculptures, which is amazing and beautiful. Another thing about having an island bar is that it forces everyone to pay attention during the reception hour speeches so that they don't have to rush out to the middle of the island and get a drink. Now, here's a special thing. They have a pasta station with plenty of pasta options. In addition, they also have a slider bar with turkey and vegetarian options, beef sliders as well. Next to it, you have the Peking duck station. Also, everything is labeled, so it takes out the guesswork for the guests. In addition, you have a hoagie station, corned beef, pastrami, and the New York Lower East Side type of hoagie. As you can see, there's plenty of space for the guests to mingle, have a good time, and not feel cluttered or too close together. And Pine Hollow also offers a southern barbecue station where you'll find smoked brisket, baby back ribs, pulled pork, shredded chicken, roasted jalapeno mac and cheese. And that's the first time I've ever seen that. And saving the best for last, you can't call this southern food without cornbread. Over to the next station, we have the dumpling station, where we have edamame, pork dumplings, and so much more.
Yeah, this is amazing. I think this is the best that I've ever seen.
You can even hear me saying it in the background that this is the best that I've ever seen, because I truly believe that Pine Hollow Country Club offers one of the best cocktail hours in the industry. Now, heading outside to the outdoor patio, there was plenty more space and food. And over here, you have a taco station with adobo steak, mini tangeria, chicken, chili, shrimp, as well as the chips and guac. Now, there's plenty of room on the outdoor patio for people to socialize and have a good time. The first time that I've ever seen frozen cocktails at a wedding. Pine Hollow provides that as well at their slushy station, and there are many options as well as the pomegranate margarita. While you're on the outdoor patio, there is a beautiful view of their golf course. Even though it was a little bit cloudy that day, it didn't matter because the view is still spectacular. Now let's go ahead and check out the Grand Ballroom. As I stated earlier, I was at this venue multiple times, so we're going to check out multiple setups by the venue. The first setup is very beautiful. Look at the candles and the flowers, and the menu. Their options are filet mignon and salmon, and a beautiful backdrop for the main table for the bride and the groom. And this is what the view is like from the main table to the stage for the bride and the groom. Now, the second wedding, it's a little bit different. I don't know if you can tell, but check out the lighting and check out the flowers. The arrangement is completely different. The main table is completely long for the friends and the family and the bride and groom in the center, but also you have the blooms that are also different. Instead of willows, you have more of roses and lavender flowers. And also their menu is different, as you can tell. But also the desserts never really change. You do have the wedding cake on the menu. So this is my third time here, and they have a different setup, but it looks really nice. The room is really beautiful. And now that we've seen multiple setups for the venue and they're able to change it, let's see what it's like when there are people in the grand ballroom. First up, we have the groom dancing with his mother for our first wedding. And as you can see, everything is set up and perfectly arranged. The lighting is beautiful and there's plenty of space on the dance floor. Now for our second wedding, we have both the bride and the groom dancing with their parents. The setup is different, just as beautiful, and there's plenty of space. And for the first dance, the groom is wearing an all black tux, and the bride has a beautiful flowing two-tier dress with a bow at the back of it. And here's what it's like when everyone's on the dance floor. And as you can see, this groom is wearing a white tux with a black collar. And as you can see, the transition between the first wedding and the second wedding is a very different backdrop, very different feel, and very different bride and groom. Now let's check out the wedding cakes. Our first bride and groom decide to go with an all-white 3-tier flower petal cake, while our second bride and groom decide to go with a 3-tier cake with blooms. It's still beautiful, but as you can tell, Pine Hollow Country Club has everything set up to their liking, just the way they want for the bride and the groom on their special day. Now I know what you're wondering, what about their service? What about their servers? What about their staff? Here, their plating is amazing, all at the same time. What I like about this staff is that their service is impeccable. Their servers have multiple wines and they can deal with anyone that's having a good time or too much of a good time, as you can see. They're pouring the wine and they have multiple options before they get to the table. They have red and white options for any of the guests that would like to have a good time and drink wine. And the perfect thing about it is that they pour in between.
Don't pour over me. Don't pour over me. I'll bring my glass to you.
And I think Dave Matthews would approve. Now, let's check out some of their vendors. One of their vendors that I did take notice of was LI Photo Booth's own Kevin McCormick. He did a great job with the guests at the wedding, doing their photos. He was very polite, very inviting, very friendly, and he knew exactly how to structure and organize everyone to their liking, to how they wanted their pictures to be, how they wanted their pictures to look, and the perfect lighting. I would definitely recommend LI Photo Booth because he was even prepared for the kids. He had a stool just for them to stand on, and there even was a line forming behind everyone else because they wanted to take part in the pictures that he was taking with LI Photo Booths. He was so good that I had to go up to him and find out his secret myself.
Hello, how you doing? Check out these photos. Every photo is dead center. The quality is outstanding. It's the best. You text, you print, do gifts, boomerangs.
And how long does it take to print out? Wow.
8 seconds. It's the fastest in the industry.
And what's the name of your company?
LI Photo Booths.
LI Photo Booth.
Stands for Long Island.
Long Island Photo Booth.
That's right. You got everything. Great job. These guys are the best singers I've ever heard, and I've heard a lot of bands.
And LI Photo Booth, they're the ones to call when you need some vendors at your reception.
And we'll kill it every time.
So thanks again to Kevin McCormick and LI Photo Booths. Please check them out. Please give them a call for your entertainment venue, for your wedding reception. Now, let's go ahead and check out our band meals. Some places feed us the scraps, but like I always say, it's really important to feed your band, and Pine Hollow Country Club did just that. They didn't give us the scraps, they didn't give us leftover cocktail hour, they gave us actual food. And the way I perform, the way the band performs, we really need our protein and our sustenance. And for the second time at that venue, I had the salmon instead of the chicken as far as the first time. Like I said, we did multiple weddings at this venue. So sometimes most venues, they'll either decide to repeat the same structure, repeat the same look, but Pine Hollow Country Club switched it up, and I switched up my performance and my meal. Now let's get back to the grand ballroom. The staff was so helpful that they were giving out light glow sticks to the rest of the clients while on the dance floor. It was amazing to see them interact and be helpful while we're on the stage performing and doing different songs. Like I said, I did multiple weddings at this venue, and I didn't want to make this video too long, so there is going to be a part 2 to the Pine Hollow Country Club review. I have one bride who is amazing, and sometimes the bride and grooms are reluctant to dance or participate, so what I do is get out on the floor with them. Now, when I'm on the floor, I make sure everyone is having a good time. But if you want to see more, check out the next video. This is just a preview of what's to come in our full Pine Hollow Country Club review. Like I said, I did multiple weddings at this venue, and it was in a short time, so I had to condense this as much as I could. But if you would like to see the full performances and the rest of the review, as well as the rating for Pine Hollow Country Club, please check out part 2 of my Pine Hollow Country Club wedding venue review by Shwai the First. I'm a Shwai the First, and I'm your wedding singer.